Smelly sneakers. Oh, we all have them. We love to play in them. We use them all the time. They're very comfortable to walk in, but they get smelly. And sometimes we just can't stand it anymore. So what we do is we take those smelly sneakers and we actually throw them away. Well, our life is full of a lot of smelly sneakers. Things in our life that we should just throw away. But somehow we're all collectors. We all like to save things for whatever the reason, sentimental reasons or some other reason that we have. We're all collectors. And before we know it, we have so much junk in our life, we can barely manipulate. And you say, why did I keep that? I've had it for 20 years. Have you ever used it in the last 20 years? No. Have you even looked at it in the last 20 years? No. Then what's it doing in your life except taking up space? And we are all guilty of this. Each and every one of us is guilty of attachments to things. But if we're going to be happy, we have to start throwing away all the junk in our life that's keeping us from simplicity. If we threw out half the junk in our life, we still have too much junk in our life. Because life is simple. Life comes down to eating and breathing and sleeping and becoming the person who God wants you to be. And who is that person? Only you know, you and God. God reveals that person to you every single day. When you wake up in the morning and you say, "Good morning, God," He's saying to you, "I want you to become for me the person I made you to be." But who am I? Well, if you tune into God, He'll tell you. He's going to say to you, "I made you out of love. I made you to be something marvelous and beautiful and magnificent. And I didn't make you for yourself. I made you to give yourself to others, because if you give yourself to me, then I can give myself to you, and you can give yourself to others. And in the process, you're sharing me. And isn't that what love is all about? Yes, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to share Him. He wants us to become part of Him. And it's our choice. We can choose to love Him. We can choose not to love Him. But He asks us to share that love with others. And He asks us to realize how wonderful we are. And we can only be that wonderful if we allow Him to make us that way. And we're so afraid sometimes. Our image of God is so distorted. Oh, we have never really understood who God was. Oh, we might say prayers, and we might say things by rote, but we never got to learn how to relate to God. God is a relationship. He's not a bunch of words. God is a relationship. He wants to relate to us as our Father, Daddy. He wants to relate to us as somebody who holds us in the palm of His hands and will never let us go. Yes, God is our Father, and He wants you and me to be His children. And as children, we sometimes make mistakes, but fathers know best, and they overlook our mistakes. And when we fall, He picks us up and hugs us. And that's what God does for us. If we let Him, we let Him. But if we don't know Him, we'll never be able to have that connection. So when you look at the wasteland of your life and you see the things that aren't being productive, look at your life and say, "I want to change. I want my life to be fulfilled. I want my life to be happy. I want my life to be eternally happy." And that will only happen when I accept God's love and I give it back to Him and give it to others. So look at your wasteland and look at your possibilities.